Breaking news.
Pink Blank is making a comeback
Oh my
after
God, is
14
that
months.
Suya?
Do you like K-pop? Yes?
What do you
or
mean
yes?
my bias group just disbanded?
Flop or flop? Boys that sing newest
Did you hear about
comeback
Worldwide
Is this
Handsome
over
Solo?
for their careers?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Are you ready
to be
cancelled?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to K-Cancelled. This is our third episode. I want to welcome back everyone listening. This is probably just my friends listening, but if you are not my friend and you're listening, thank you so much. Oh my God. So today we have a different setup here. So this is our first time with the camera. Say hello to the camera. Hi. And we're also in a different setup today. So if the microphone audio quality doesn't sound as good as usual, that is why. Yeah. If you could see, if you're watching with the video, then you could see this room is kind of a janky setup right now. But yes, so welcome to Cancelled. This is the podcast where I'll be spilling tea about the latest K-pop news and our crappy takes on the ever-growing industry. My name is Kevin, and I am the main host of the show. And for updates, go check me out on Instagram at _Kevstea. That is spelled Kevstea. I'll be posting about the podcast and other things I'm working on, so please check me out. Okay, so without further ado, I have a special guest today. She's so special. Oh my God.
I am.
You are so special.
Aww.
Please tell us about yourself. Like, who are you in the world? You know, tell us about how you got into K-pop. Just tell us everything. Go.
All right. Well, hi, people listening. My name is Anita.
Hi, Anita.
I am a buddy of Kevin.
Yeah. We've been friends for like maybe a year now? Maybe less than
2 years.
2 years?
I've known you since second year. Remember that project we did?
Yeah, but like I feel like if we know each other, that's not the same as like being friends.
Okay, fair,
You know.
fair. We've known of each other for 2 years.
Yeah,
and then friends for a year, I guess.
Did we not talk to each other in like first year of university?
I don't think so. Mind you, though, a lot of the new media students didn't talk to each other in first year. We were all really shy. We didn't have like the server either for Discord like we did in like second year.
Yeah.
So we'd not really talk that much.
Yeah, but I know like of you since the first year. Like I've seen you in like the Minecraft server. Like we had, for those who don't know, like we had a Minecraft project in the first year. We loved Minecraft for some reason here at New Media.
Well, it was that, but also because it was the middle of the pandemic, so we could not go to campus to actually use our facilities. So instead, to supplement that, they had us work in Minecraft because it's kind of like the makerspace here on campus, but just virtual.
Yeah.
So we can make whatever we wanted in a virtual context.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you're Anita. So what are your favorite K-pop groups? Favorite K-pop artists? You know what you're listening to right now.
I've become more of a casual fan of recent, so within the last year and a half or so. So I don't have any groups that I like hardcore listen to. Like as soon as they drop something, I'm like on the ball listening or something like that. But in the past, when I was like way more into K-pop and like listening a lot more frequently, I was like really big fans of Red Velvet, ATEEZ, P1 Harmony, BTS. Jeez.
You had some other groups listed.
I had some other groups, but those are the ones that like I really, really listened to a lot, and then like just I casually listened to like Twice, Blackpink, Purple Kiss, GWSN, Mamamoo.
Yeah. She's a multi-stan guy.
Yeah, I'm a big multi-stan.
I'm a multi-stan too, but more in like the fourth generation, since like, and you're not too familiar with those groups now.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah,
now.
but like you did give me a list before we started the podcast. You know, I remember like Etsy was there, IZ*ONE was there, New Jeans, the Seraphim was there as well. But like you only know like of them, right? Like you don't know like the members. Exactly.
I don't know the members. I know some of the songs, but I don't know like their discography in detail. Like I do, for example, with Red Velvet.
Yeah. Well, speaking of New Jeans, they performed at the League of Legends World Ceremony. Did you get to watch that?
I did not.
Wait, really?
Listen, I only recently watched the Heartsteel video for League.
Yeah.
Even though I've been playing and we've been grinding to get the icons for it. I didn't actually like listen to the song or anything.
Yeah, for context, we're like League of Legends players. We play like almost every night. I just thought I'd mention it since, you know, it was in Korea this year. So New Jeans performed Gods for the world, and they also had Paranoia, which is the Heartsteel song, which Baekhyun from EXO was in it. So I thought you would maybe have checked it out and like have a say on that.
I had heard that they were performing. I didn't actually see it, but I did hear about it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, I didn't see it. Sorry, guys.
Were you an EXO fan back in the day?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh my god. I have so many friends who are like EXO fans, you know, just because like they're from SM, right? And like they were the boy group along with BTS back in the day. Like for me personally, like I haven't checked out much of EXO stuff. Like I know like Love Shot, Coco Bob, and like more of like their iconic songs like Growl and other stuff. But this is my first time actually like getting into the members, because for me really the only member I knew was what's his name again? Kai.
Okay.
Everyone knows Kai, right?
Yeah.
And also Chris, because of the scandals. Oh. But now this is my first time like actually listening to Baekhyun like sing, and like it makes me so mad because I have Baekhyun's solo songs in my playlist, like cause they're in my like chill moody playlist, but like I never heard Baekhyun sing like that like in a track, so I was so surprised, and like I hope you check out their performance after. Like he was so good on stage. Yeah.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah. So going back on topic to K-pop now. What exactly got you into K-pop?
Well, if I remember correctly, it was 2018, and I had just started university about a month in, and I was with a friend from high school, and we were in Koreatown at Sarah and Tom, and we...
Oh, iconic store. Here.
Well, my friend wanted to go in there because they wanted to look at the stationery. I just went in with them, so I knew nothing about the store. I did not know it was a K-pop store, like mostly K-pop. I was mostly curious about the anime posters. And one of the I had asked like if the anime collection like the posters they had, if that was all they had, and she's like, yeah, there's a lot of K-pop posters though, and I'm like, oh, I don't really listen to K-pop. She's like, oh, why not? Or why? I'm like, I just never got around to it.
But you already knew it was a thing.
I knew it was a thing at that point, but I never got around to it. It was like something like on the like back burner. It was like, oh, maybe I should check it out. Maybe I should check out that group that everyone's talking about. And I just never did until finally, like, I think it was the weekend, and I was just having a really bad weekend, and I was like, you know what? That one group that everyone's talking about, BTS. Let me see what they're all about. Yeah, that was when the black hole really began.
It always
and I
starts,
just fell down and
it always starts with
out.
BTS. Yeah. For me, I started with BTS too, but I only really got into it after I saw Suga's like solo stuff. Yeah. Is that the same for you, or like?
More or less. So I remember when I first started with like BTS, I watched them in the interviews, I watched them in the MVs and listened to the song. I'm like, okay, music's catchy, I don't mind it. I could get used to something like this. I think, and I don't know why it was. I guess I was just on a binge for the information about the group. So within like the first week of like actually starting research and like learning about them, I stumbled across like a video about the members, and like it detailed like their backstory and like personal experiences and such. And when I heard about like the stuff that Suga went through, I was like, oh,
like how he had to sell music like underground and like do rap. Oh yeah, that was really sad to hear.
It was like that, but also like his struggles with mental health and such too was something that I also really related to. And then I finally went and checked out like his music, his like solo work as August D, and it was listening to the August D song that I was like, oh snap, this is actually so dope. Like his flow is so good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and that was when I was like,
yeah, he really got me attached to BTS.
It was him.
But my BTS phase was like quite short because of their more westernized approach that they've been taking nowadays. But you know, they lived a good run when they were like promoting mainly in Korea.
Yeah, I agree, because around the time that I got into them, which was around like 2018, like late 2018, I was in the middle era where like nothing was really coming out yet, so I was just kind of chilling until like they would drop Map of the Soul Persona, I think in April of 2019.
I thought it was 2020.
No, Black Swan is 2020.
Something
like that.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Persona. I remember because I was still in like psychology and pandemic hadn't happened or anything yet.
So
I definitely remember like being there for that comeback, and I was still okay with like the sound of the music and everything. But I think it was like after that, when the next album came around, Map of the Soul 7, I was just in vibe with the music as well. So
it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I kind of like moved away from them after that. But it was like it was very short lived, but it was still great.
So what was your favorite song? Like, I know they have a big discography.
That's a
maybe
good question.
Like for me, just right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of like Run and like Fire and Black Swan, right? But there's a lot of other songs I'm sure like that might come to mind for you.
I know Just One Day is one of my favorites.
Of course.
With
yes.
Black Swan is another one. It's been a while since like I've really listened to their stuff, so I can't remember any off the top of my head. But I remember like enjoying a lot of like their B-sides and stuff. Like I found like even though I was coming in closer to when they were coming, their music was becoming a little more westernized. I still found like elements of like their older music in like their newer stuff until I think I got around like Map of the Soul 7. Then I was like, I don't know.
It's like fading away, right?
It was fading away more at that point.
But enough of BTS now. We've talked about BTS more than enough on this podcast.
It's like the group that everybody starts with, so it's usually everyone's answer when they first started.
Yeah. So, before we started, Anita, you gave me like a list of groups that you saw. And some of them I didn't really quite know. So, I checked out P1 Harmony. I checked out a little bit of Only One Of. Like their songs as well, and ATEEZ. Yeah. So she already guessed that I was going to be checking out those ones because I'm not a boy group stan whatsoever. Like, I'll listen to it casually, but I'm girl group stan all the way. So whenever an opportunity arises for me to check out a boy group, I will, because, you know, I want to check out different kinds of music, right? So I checked out P1's Harmony Back Down, Do It Like This, and Doom Do Doom. Doom? You don't know that?
Okay, I know Do It Like This. So the other two, I know of Back Down. Like, I definitely have heard of it, and I can kind of hear it in my head. But I don't know it very well. And the other one I haven't heard.
Yeah. Well, I'll just give my thought on it right now. Like, I think... Oh, I'm going to get canceled for this. I think... like they all kind of blended in together for me. They have like this sound to it was like, and I felt like there wasn't any like particular moment where it stood out to me personally. Like, did you like any of these songs that I mentioned?
I think I prefer Do It Like This.
Do It Like This.
So
I think that was the song I liked better as well.
Yeah, I can remember that one too. Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. I can see what you're saying. Like, the songs might sound a little similar. I think maybe if you try listening to, like, Siren, which is their debut song.
Siren? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. That one was pretty good.
Okay. I'll take a look
it's a
at
little...
that.
It's different, I think, from what maybe their newer stuff sounds like. And Scared is another one, too, that's a bit different. I forgot about this song. That one.
That's the sound of the name.
That's the name of it.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah, it's actually a bop.
Okay, I'll check those ones out.
Like, that song flows so well. Like, it's a bop.
I should have asked you, like, which
You probably should have.
Yeah. But, like, for me, I was just checking out, like, their most popular ones because I wanted to...
really? Those are the most popular ones?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I just wanted to see, like, if these are the most popular ones, then surely, like, there's a reason for that, right?
I guess because I think it might just be more because it's just the newer ones.
Okay.
If you're looking for like a little more variation on what their sound is, then Siren, Scared, is another really good one, or If You Call Me is another one too.
Okay.
And I personally like That's Money. That might be a trash taste, but that's okay. That's Money.
That sounds like a hip hop song.
It is.
Oh,
yes.
That's Money?
Hip-hop.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, That's Money. It's more hip hop.
I'll check those ones out.
Yeah. They're a little more varied, I think, in terms of sound and style.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I would say, like, listen to the songs I recommended.
Yeah, I'll check them out after.
And then I do remember there is this one dance cover they did, Terrainism, that
Okay.
I love.
Okay.
It's like I just love it. That was what made me really like them.
Okay.
I don't know if it's good to like your standards because I know
Maybe
you
not.
do dance and stuff, but I was like just intrigued just watching.
Yeah, for me, like what captures a group for me 1st is like their stage presence and like how well they deliver a concept, which that's why like the next one I want to talk about. I'm gonna go off on. So the next one is Only One Of.
Okay.
And I only checked out one of their songs.
Which one?
Libido.
Okay, that one. That one. Okay, that one.
That song was like, okay, I wouldn't say I like it per se, but like it was sexy.
It is.
It was a sexy song.
That's why.
And like I miss sexy K-pop so much.
Hey, I am with you. That was the song when I first heard of them. That was the song I listened to as well because I was watching a YouTuber and they mentioned this group and this song, and I heard like they played a snippet of it. And I was like, wait, this sounds good.
I've actually already heard of this song before. I think I heard of it on TikTok.
Oh,
because there's a specific scene where like the guy like puts his hand over the other guy's crotch.
Oh.
And like the dance move. Yeah. I was like,
of course.
Oh, and I was like, oh wait, I've seen this before.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you. And I just thought like, oh my god, like K-pop groups should like bring back this sexy concept because like it feels like a way of like embracing just who they are, I guess you could say. Like because sexy doesn't mean like you're being provocative or anything. Like sexy just means like you're comfortable in your own body, and like I love that when K-pop idols and like the concept is sexy. That's why I like AOA a lot, and like all the other groups. Like I wouldn't say like Big Bang was sexy, but like they had their sexy moments along with like Sistar and like all like the third and like second gen groups. They like doing sexy concepts.
I mean, if I remember from like even just looking at their album covers, it gives like a sexy vibe.
Yeah.
But I think the word I'm looking for is kind of more like sultry. Maybe?
Sultry. Oh, like sensual sultry.
Not sensual. Maybe not sensual. I'm trying to think of the best way because it's like a lot of their songs are a lot more mellow and chill. Like Libido is pretty up there in energy, but then the rest are more chill kind of songs.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like I only got a chance to listen to that one song, but I'll
hey,
probably.
You picked the banger though.
I picked the banger. You
picked a pretty good one.
Yeah.
The rest are a lot more like chill, mellow stuff. Like I can give you names as well for some chill ones.
And
like,
I think the song wasn't that bad. Like the chorus part like was pretty catchy. Like the libido, you know, right?
Yeah.
So I like that part. Did you like follow them like really intensely,
no,
or like you just heard their song and just like
they came right when I was becoming more of a casual fan, so I didn't follow them intensely, but I do know some of their music because I was very curious about them, and some of their stuff like their chill music is just really
Was Libido your also the first song you listened
to? It was
to?
the first song I listened to by them.
Period. Sexy. And then finally I listened to ATEEZ. Okay, so ATEEZ has been one of those groups where I've just been like, should I stand them? Should I not stand them? Or like, am I just a casual listener? And I think like I'm just a casual listener because like I actually like their music. Like yeah, like I've listened to Wave. Wave is a bop. Deja Vu. Oh, I love Deja Vu.
Deja Vu is really good.
And Halazia. I think that was a more of a newer one, so I don't know.
It is a little more newer. I do know of it. Like I did hear it a couple times, but it hasn't sunk in my brain.
Yeah, but
I can still hear Jungkook singing Halazia though. I can hear.
Like I love those songs so much. I actually put like Deja Vu and Halazia on my playlist after listening to it. Yeah, it was really good. I wouldn't say like I got into like the members that much. Who's your bias in ATEEZ?
Yosang.
Yosang?
He's right here on my phone.
Oh my god.
He's right here.
There you go, guys. She's an ATEEZ stan. What's the A-Tinies?
A-Teeny.
A-Teeny.
Yeah.
What's
it's okay.
A-Tinies?
A-Tiny, yeah. Or small.
No, I was...
We're small and mighty.
I've seen the spelling of it. That's why I think it's A-Tiny, but... Wait, what is it again?
A-Teeny.
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 Why do they spell like tiny?
I don't know.
Like, why don't they just use the double E then? Like, A-Teeny.
I don't know. I didn't come up with a random name.
Wait, what does that even mean, though? Do they have, like, a meaning for it? Maybe it's, like, a Korean?
It might be, and I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a fake fan. Sorry.
It's okay. Well, on the topic of, like, K-pop groups and everything, you know, I think we're all aware that groups have like roles, right? There's like main vocal,
Yes.
lead vocal, main dancer, lead dancer, and all this stuff. And then it boils down to visual role. Like, how do you feel about like the roles in K-pop, especially like the visual role? Do you think that has any importance to it, or like they're just putting a role on them just to say like they have something to add to the group?
That's kind of hard. Like when it comes to roles in general, I get that they need to kind of maybe have them so like people know, oh, yeah, that's like the lead or that's the main, whatever it is. So I get that they need it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to think like if Western groups really have it, because I don't really listen to a lot of Western
No,
pop
I don't think they
music.
do have any like roles. Usually it's just like, you know, they're the vocalist, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I don't care so much about it.
But like I find like a lot of stans or like haters will like use that to pin against like the idols.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, like they're the main vocal for a reason, you know, like oh, like she's lead vocal but she gets more lines than the main vocalist, like that kind of deal. And I think that has like made K-pop companies realize that like roles are starting fan wars within their own fandom.
Because it's like, I mean, first of all, I don't know what the difference is between lead and main.
I don't know either.
So
Honestly.
I don't know why there's a difference really. And maybe it's just because we're looking at this from a Western context, because for us, that doesn't exist in any of the group, like any pop boy or girl group. We don't have that.
Yeah.
You're just part of the group pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's very much a thing, and probably has been a thing in K-pop since it probably started. So I guess they're very used to it, whereas for us, it's like, it doesn't really matter so much.
Because in my opinion, like, how they distribute the lines to the members, right? Like, you give the lines to the member that suits the line the best.
Usually,
kind of
yes.
deal, right? And I think, like, the whole, like, main vocal, lead vocal thing just gives K-pop fans a reason to, like, hate on the idols.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
so I think, yeah, it's like, I actually like that newer K-pop groups that are coming out just, like, don't have roles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, New Jeans, like, they don't have, like, a main role, a vocal
sweet.
role. They don't
That's
have
cool.
a thing. It's just whatever they sing best, that's the line that they're
Yeah,
given.
because it's like, I don't want it to be like, yeah, you might have that title, but if someone's voice suits that song, like that song or that particular part of it better, I think it should probably go to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because there will be certain members who are probably more suited to like certain concepts than others. So sometimes, you know, maybe a certain member might get highlighted more in one concept, but then it will change. They might be highlighted less in the next.
yeah.
But it doesn't mean like they're being undervalued or something by the company.
Yeah.
I think it'd just
And
be more
that's-
of a
oh my
style.
God.
I'm like, I would like it to be more like a stylistic choice or something.
exactly.
Like it's for the concept that you're going for, rather than
Exactly.
being like, oh, it's favoritism or oh, it's preference or like
Yeah.
whatever it is that they come up with.
I think that's actually, like, what happened with Stray Kids.
Really?
Yeah, like, before, when their line distribution wasn't fair, like, a lot of the times, Felix didn't get any lines in the song, just because, you know, he had a lower voice and everything, but, like, nowadays, they've just been keeping it, like, really fair. And, like, I feel like that kind of sacrifices, like, the quality of the song a bit sometimes.
Yeah, like,
right?
for me, when I stan or, like, I listen or like groups, it's because it's first and foremost the music. Like,
Yeah.
above all else, it's the music, if I like the music.
Yeah.
So, if the quality for me is not there, whatever the reason might be, I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah.
So, part of that could just be, like, maybe the vocals aren't quite right or something because someone else maybe was better suited to have that just be based on the timbre of their voice, or they might just pull off this concept a bit better than somebody else.
Yeah.
Not saying that they can't,
Exactly.
but it's just a stylistic
And
choice.
it's not like the member who gets the least lines are forgotten.
No.
Right? Like,
No,
they're
no.
probably gonna, like, show up in a new concept, like the next concept, and be like,
Exactly.
oh, like, now they're the ones gonna
they
be
might
shining.
they might be the one in the spotlight for the next concept
Yeah.
because they suit that concept more.
Yeah, and that's what, like, that I love that about K-pop groups. It's like you're always getting something new because of what each member provides to the team.
Exactly. And it's
Right.
because like K-pop is so concept oriented. That's why I feel like it should be more like lines and like line distribution and like screen time, whatever the heck it is, should be more centered around the concept and the style of the song versus the like just the based on a title or something.
Yeah.
Just because if it suits it better, it suits it better. Like at the end of the day, it's still an art form. You kind of want it to be more. You want it to be as complete as possible. So if you are just doing it based off the title, it's like you're kind of stunting it from being completely full. Whereas if you let the concept, like let the group work with the concept kind of, or let the concept speak more, I think that's probably best. Like if you try to like cater the idols, the group.
Yeah. Because the true fans will like appreciate the artistic more than the fairness of it, right?
Exactly.
Like, obviously, if a member's being treated unfairly, then like that's something that the company and the group needs to work on.
Yeah,
right?
that's different, and I think that it
in line distribution for song, right?
Yeah.
This is sometimes like one member does it better than the other member.
Yeah.
So.
And like I said, because concepts change so much in K-pop, one week one concept you'll have one person more in the spotlight, the next one will be somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think that should be totally okay because that's why you have multiple people in a group.
Yeah.
It's so that it rounds out the group to be able to do, especially for K-pop, multiple concepts.
Yeah.
Because again, that's not really something we have in Western pop groups. We don't really do concepts here.
We don't really do concepts. Yeah. We don't even really have like.
We don't have very many anymore. We have it's just solo artists. Yeah. No groups.
Yeah. You tell those haters, girl. You went off.
You can come cancel me. This is my damn opinion.
Okay, I think that was good. We'll move on to our next segment now. So we're gonna be doing a music review. So before we started this podcast, we checked out Red Velvet's newest comeback, Chill Kill. So I'm just going to read a quote from the Genius lyrics to describe what the Chill Kill song is about. So on Red Velvet's Chill Kill, the group cherishes the old and precious memories shared with one and share the happiness that one brought them during a rough time. The song's instrumental consists of an emotional yet intense light dance pop track, which is characterized by heavy bass, string melodies, dreamy synths, and bell rhythm. The music video's storyline shows a group of a family living in five in a small cottage together. The girls look back on all the good memories they shared through a TV, and the audience also gets to view the struggles between the girls. In the end, Red Velvet pack up and set their cottage on fire. The group then freely runs away until they're encountered by the police. Yeah, so that's the description. So. We had a chance to like look at the lyrics. Was there like something in the song that like really stood out to you?
Trying to remember. I feel like it was like definitely like the lyrics from the chorus that stood out pretty much.
In the chorus, yeah.
Yeah, like my brain's already forgotten it.
Yeah, I'll read it real quick. Yeah, so it's like, don't think about tomorrow. Your sparkle is still on. Gonna change at long last. Tears down my cheeks melting that ice. What a chill kill. I know you will. Bring me lightning like a winner. Waiting for you here with a happy ending. What a chill kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like part of it also relates to kind of like how fourth year is pretty much going for like our friend group right now, because we've finally made like a friend group in university, but it's our fourth year, so most of us are graduating, and then some people are going back, some people are going to be staying in the city, but we'll all be doing other things, and it's going to be a lot harder for us to like hang out and whatnot. So I feel like part of it is like, I talked about this with like some of our other friends, where it's like we're kind of like sad because now it's happening rather than like sooner, but it's like just trying to like live more in the moment and like not think about tomorrow pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's why it resonated with me so much, because I feel like I'm kind of going through something like that right now.
I think for me this song feels almost like cathartic in a way, where like the music video like looks really dark, but then the sound of it sounds so like cheerful, almost like.
Oh my god, the chorus is like literally so cheerful.
I was not expecting the chorus, because it started off like really dark, but then like the chorus kicks in and it's like, hey, don't think about tomorrow.
I'm like, that it was quite a shock and a jump almost.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa, okay. Like even like the whole song, like the verse and stuff is pretty like dark sounding leading up to the chorus. So it's like hearing how bright and happy and cathartic the chorus really sounds. It's like, it is a little shocking.
It is shocking.
But it does feel good. Like it's cathartic, but it also feels a little like bittersweet.
Bittersweet, yeah. it's like what I wrote down here is like I described it as a feeling of hope, and then there's like tragedy. Yeah, and it's like they want to like burn their past and start something new.
Yeah.
Which I resonate with that a lot too.
Me too.
It feels like the previous chapters in my life are like so like hurtful to look back on that I almost like want to like start a new chapter every single time I finish one.
Yeah, I have quite a few chapters in my own life, and I'm like, I wish I could just like erase from my memory. Yeah.
And I think that's what like Red Velvet are trying to like say, because in their case, I think it was like their dad that they killed.
Oh, okay.
And then like their dad was like a figure of like emotional abuse and like familial abuse, and then they like by killing him, they describe it as like a chill kill, because it like it happened so quickly, yet like they feel like no emotion from it, you could say. But like, because when you like kill someone, right, like I assume you're supposed to feel like remorse or guilt. Right?
Usually you're in shock and you're in guilt and you're horrified by what you just did.
But like when I interpret the lyrics and how they reacted in the music video, it seemed like it almost felt like a new start for them. Yeah. It felt like they were relieved. I guess, yeah. So I want to ask, like, what's your favorite part of the music video? Or like just sorry, what's the favorite part of like the song? Is it like the music video that you liked? Is it the lyrics you liked?
Honestly, I would say it's more of the lyrics, although I do quite enjoy the instrumental as well, like the song. Like the chorus is one of my favorite parts, and then the bridge I thought was really interesting because they're taking, I've noticed with like quite a few K-pop songs right now, like a retro sound is like been pretty popular. I don't know how to classify it, maybe like an 80s sound.
Yeah, it does sound very retro.
So, and it comes in the bridge, but it's done a little differently, I think, from what I've been hearing from like other artists who have been doing that. So I quite like that it was a little different, especially because it comes out of nowhere too, because most of the song doesn't have that until the bridge. So it's like a pleasant surprise, but it fit, like it worked, I think, which is what I quite like. Yeah, so chorus, bridge, and then I enjoyed the lyrics as well.
Okay. Was there a member who stood out to you the most?
So here's the problem. I haven't looked at Red Velvet in a while, I had a little trouble identifying members. I can only pick out Seulgi and I think Irene this time. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a fake fan. I'm getting canceled.
But did you like, so between Seulgi and Irene, like who do you think like stood out more?
Oh, Seulgi.
Seulgi? Yeah.
It was Seulgi.
She always kills it with the concepts.
She always kills it. Yeah. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair.
But I think like Irene also did
Irene did really well.
Yeah, because like you know like with this kind of concept, like she's pretty good at like that stone cold expression, right?
Irene and Seulgi tend to be pretty good with like the dark concepts. Like thinking back to like Monster when they dropped that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was iconic. That was iconic.
Just for the gays.
Exactly.
For me, actually, I found Joy the most like stood out. Because
did she have the dance part at the second chorus, I think? With like the hand maybe?
Was that her?
Was it?
I thought that was Yeri.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but for me like
I'm so out of it.
Yeah, for me what pointed out is she had the high note at the end. That was her. Yeah.
Was that when I said high note? Like
yeah.
Oh, that was Joy.
That was Joy, right?
Okay.
And I was like,
dope.
Oh, she's slaying the track right now. That's why I liked her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to wrap up that, so how are you gonna rank the song? So I have a couple tiers here. So there's skip, let it play, head bop, earworm, or runway status.
I feel like I still need to give it some more time before it hits like head bop
level
or earworm. So it's gonna be I'll let it play for now.
You'll let it play for now, okay.
Yeah. It's typically not the style song I go for anymore because I tend to go for songs that have like a really, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they flow really well. So like the instrumentals, the rap or the vocals just kind of like flow and meld really well almost. Okay. I don't really know how to describe it. Beyond
I don't know either.
Beyond that, I'm trying to think, and I can't think.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
For me, like I want to give it earworm, but like it's really growing on me, so like it might just be runway status for me.
I feel like if I listen to it enough times, it's probably gonna eventually end up in runway status at some point.
Yeah. Like, the chorus is good, but I just really love the bridge. Like, the bridge into the last chorus
really good.
Chills. I got chills.
It's really good.
But yeah, that was the song review. So there's some things going on in the K-pop scene right now. So we're just gonna talk about some K-pop news, okay? So
oh, catch me up. I know nothing.
I'm gonna catch you up real good. So there's kind of been a news in the recent time. I think it happened like maybe a day or two ago.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah, but
that's pretty recent.
It's pretty recent, yeah. So let me just give like a fair trigger warning. So we're gonna be talking about like some disturbing things, you know? We're gonna be talking about the anime Made in Abyss. So, you know, it can contain some, more or less disturbing content. So if you are triggered by that, then please get out right now. Sorry. Okay, so I called it the Made in Abyss witch hunt. So, so recently, members of Tomorrow by Together, 17, and NCT 127 have been facing criticism because they mentioned Made in Abyss in one of their like live streams. Specifically, it was Subin from TXT, Woozi of 17, and Taeyang of NCT 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and even like Sakura from Le Sserafim now.
Okay.
Yeah, so they mentioned Made in Abyss, and they're getting canceled for it actually.
Wait, why are they getting canceled for mentioning it?
Because they're these K-netizens, right? They're saying that, you know, like this is a sensitive topic. Like it contains like kind of like pedophilia and like also just really disturbing images that they shouldn't be recommending or even mentioning on their streams because their fans are like little kids, right? Yeah. So like how do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like they need a little more information. Like, are they just like saying like they like it? Are they recommending it?
So all they mentioned was like they just mentioned it on the topic of like animes that they've watched.
Oh, so they've just watched it.
They
might not even like it or something. They just watched it. Okay.
Yeah. Like in Subin's case, he did say like he liked it. Here, let me pull up the article.
Yeah.
And read what he exactly said, because like when I read it out to you, you're gonna be like, he got canceled for that.
Listen, people get canceled with the dumbest things. I
know.
Swear. So,
okay, so this was.
Am I gonna be this surprised?
So this is what he said on his live stream. So, the second season of Made in Abyss is coming out right now. To be honest, I didn't think the first season was that much fun, but the second season is so fun. It's not an anime that I want to recommend to you because it's kind of provocative, but the story is really good and I'm having fun watching it. So all he did was just mention it, not even say he liked it or anything. So, like, yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Oh boy, this is hard. Gosh. Because, like, I want to be like,
And, like, keep in mind, like, all he did was mention it.
Yeah.
He didn't, like, make the anime. He's not, like, promote it. He's not, like, specifically stating, oh, well, like, I like the Made in Abyss because I'm seeing like children being treated like that, you know?
Yeah, like I'm finding a hard way to like put it because I'm like he did kind of just like mention it and he just said like he enjoyed the plot. And he did give you the disclaimer that it is provocative. I don't know because I'm like I get that with being an idol, like, you have to be careful with what you say. But it's just, like, stuff like this where you're just saying this is an anime you like. I don't know. It kind of makes me scratch my head. Like, out of all the things that you could be mad at an idol about, this is what you choose. This is what you pick.
I mean, like, in my opinion, like, yes, like, it is kind of, like, bad to say because if it does have like these themes of like doing that stuff, right? Like then like obviously I wouldn't want my idol to like mention that to kids, right? Like for me, like we're both like mature enough to realize like you know they're just mentioning that, right? Like and like even if we do check out Made in Abyss, it's not like we're gonna become a child predator or something like that, right?
Right.
But like for kids and maybe like perhaps like immature audiences, right? They might take that and think like, oh, like is this okay to do? Or like maybe they just start developing some fetish, right? Like I'm just trying to like think in the mind of like those K-Nets right now, right? But like for me personally, like I think like they just took it too seriously.
I kind of feel like that too. Like in my personal opinion.
You haven't watched the anime?
I have not watched it. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
I've watched
any of the content of it.
I watched the first season, and I think the first season, like I really enjoyed the first season. Like there were definitely some disturbing parts, and I wouldn't recommend it if you're very like sensitive to like disturbing stuff. But I haven't watched the second season, so I don't know like what happened. So I'm not the one to say like if it's okay or not.
Right. Like I'm probably not the person either for that because I haven't seen either season. It's like on one hand I'm like I want people to like voice his opinion, like it's just an opinion. But that's also because I'm older and I know like he's not telling me to go watch it.
Yeah.
Like he's not holding a gun to my head saying go watch this show like right now.
Yeah.
He's just saying he enjoyed it or he liked it or he liked the story. Mostly he just said he liked the narrative of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's just stating an opinion, and I kind of feel bad that he's just getting like slammed for just stating an opinion. However, I guess on the flip side, I do understand because if it is provocative, it does have disturbing things. I guess it can be tricky to like bring up or mention.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the ones who like just mentioned it and like they watched it and they didn't even say if they liked it or not. They just watched it. I feel really bad.
Yeah.
The stupid one's really a hard one to like.
But like it goes to say like if how do I say this? Like just because you mentioned it doesn't make you like a child predator.
I know,
or, like,
it's like you're jumping.
Pedophile.
I know, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's not saying he enjoyed that. He just said he liked the.
He just said he like enjoyed the story.
Yeah, he enjoyed the story.
Right? He didn't enjoy
that.
Right?
He might not have. He might have completely skipped it for all I know.
Yeah.
So and he just watched the story.
But I think like a lot of people are just insinuating that like because he liked it, that means he liked that.
Yeah.
You know. So I guess I know it's a hard topic to talk about.
It's hard because I'm like I can see both sides on this.
Yeah.
But,
and you know, like I think this leads into like my final question for the show, which is, should we idolize our idols? And you know, like I think this is a good example of, you know, these idols are still human beings.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like, and I think it's really just because there are an idol doesn't mean you have to treat them like an idol, like a doll almost, right? Like they're not gonna be perfect. Like they're gonna have their own.
I know.
Yeah.
That's by I forgot.
Yunjin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But like, yeah, they're not perfect. They're also human beings. They have their own views and beliefs, and like, just because you stand them doesn't mean like you could shape them in the way like that you want. And at the end of the day, like if you like these idols, then like you should just be like liking them for the music that they produce, or like, and like if they say controversial stuff, then like like hold them accountable and everything, right? But like they're just mentioning like their day-to-day lives, and then they're getting like canceled for that. So like it makes me frustrated.
It does for me too, because I'm much like you. I'm like, idols are just humans at the end of the day. Like, there's nothing wrong with idolizing somebody, but you have to remember that they're still human. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to have their own views and opinions that might not line up with yours. They're going to like different things from maybe what you like and such, and that's totally okay. They're human. They're just a person. And they're allowed to have, like, private lives and like what they like or do what they do, as long as it's not like they're hurting or harming themselves or somebody else. So it is kind of frustrating. Like he's just trying to voice an opinion and tell you about his general day, and then he gets slammed for it because of the content, I guess, in it. Even though he is also an adult, and there's no proof saying that he's into that anyways.
But even just speaking generally, like just ignoring the situation. Right?
I just use that as the example.
Like just but if we're talking generally, like you shouldn't idolize everything your idol does.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, and it's also like up on the fans as well to just not take it so seriously.
It's like there's nothing wrong with like being critical, but you also have to know when to like be like not take it so seriously. Realize when like you know, it's not that deep or something when something isn't really that deep.
Yeah. Like, if you're out there on the internet witch hunting people for, like, just nitpicking every single thing an idol does, then, like, maybe you need to ask yourself, like...
You need to look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like...
Assess yourself first. Reflect on yourself first before you go looking and nitpicking somebody else.
And be like, maybe... is it worth my time to ruin someone else's career when all they did is just be a regular freaking human being? Like...
Like, I get the expectations are higher when you're, like, somebody who's in the spotlight, like you're a celebrity or an idol or something. But, again, just remember that you're human and you're going to do what you want to do, I guess, for the most part. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have your own opinion, do your own thing kind of thing.
But it's also, like, kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Like, because it's like these fans are demanding idols to be more open and free to their audience.
But when they are, it's like they get slammed for it. It's like you just get, like, canceled for being open, being yourself.
Exactly.
Like, just trying to be more true to yourself. People don't like that now.
Yeah. So, I really feel for these idols. Like, this is their job, you know? And I don't want them to be canceled when, like, all they want to do is just put out music for their audience, right?
Yeah, and it's hard because it's their job, and there's no division between their private life. There's, like, the division between private life and their job is so much smaller because so much of the stuff gets broadcast, it's put on social media and whatnot. They don't have much of a private life anymore. It's like it enforces the idea even more that for them to be idolized or to be put on this pedestal. And people forget that they are just human. They're allowed to just be human.
Yeah.
And have that privacy or just be themselves.
Yeah. It's like one wrong step for them, and then, like, suddenly they don't have a career. Right?
Yeah.
It feels bad. Anything else you want to add on to that?
No.
No, you're good? Okay, well then, I think that's how we're going to wrap up. So... Thank you, Anita, for joining me on this podcast. We had a lot of discussion, and I think, you know, we had a good discussion about, like, idols and also our favorite groups. Thank you. Anything last you want to say to end off? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to, like, talk about? No. You're like, I want to go home and sleep.
No, if this was like in April, I would be shouting out the new media thesis gallery. But it's not April. This is like no, it's not in December. It's November still. So.
Okay. Anything you want to say, like, you know, Stan ATs or that kind of thing? Stan Luna?
No, I am not that toxic. I'm also not that. I'm a casual K-pop fan. I'm not very heavy in K-pop anymore.
Thank you so much for watching. Once again, check me out on Instagram at _KevsT. And make sure to check out, do you want to shout out any social media? Or, like, not really?
Not really.
Don't you have, like, an art? Okay, it's okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.